Leef With The Legends podcast highlights people doing exceptional work in the areas of sports, entertainment, business, and entrepreneurship. Make sure to like this video, leave comments down below, and subscribe to the channel. As always, be legendary or be lost. Yo, we are back. Man, I got one of my favorite players that I've ever had the opportunity to coach. Man, I got a Sun Prairie legend, a Nicolet legend, a USC legend, Pac-12 legend. I got my boy Killa Kobe Johnson. Man, welcome to Leef With The Legends podcast.
I appreciate you big time, Leaf. It's a pleasure to be on here. Pleasure.
Man, you already know. You already know. So, man, Killa, we go back, man. I've been knowing you since your freshman year of high school. And here you are, a junior, a starter, a captain for USC Trojans. Man, but we gonna get to how you got here. But let's start from the beginning, man. Like, let's talk about your upbringing and how it was for you growing up being the youngest with of a family full of athletes.
No, definitely. Growing up, being the youngest of three kids, it was always competitive in the house. No matter what we did, if it was video games, if it was just hooping in the backyard, we always took it serious, and somebody always ended up, yelling at each other and get into a fight. But you love that. You got to have that competitive nature, and that I feel like you can build off that. Just growing up, But other than that, growing up, I just always playing up. I played up a lot with Jalen, so just playing up and experiencing playing against older people. I think that really helped me and shaped me into the player I am today, and kind of helped me build that competitive nature because I always go out there, I try to dominate whoever's across from me. So I always believe that helped me throughout my course.
Oh, no doubt about it. And for you to say, just for you to say that you've always played up and played against older people, I think that's where I first kind of gave you that nickname Killer, at least from me, because I saw like it didn't matter what we were doing, like whether it was free throws, sprints, shooting competitions, scrimmaging, whatever. Like you wanted to kill, like you just didn't want to win. You wanted to kill whoever was across from you. So, I definitely a testament to your upbringing. I had Jalen on the podcast as well. I'll echo the same words. Man, the Johnson Five you know, along with your oldest brother, everybody like just great stock, great stock. So it doesn't surprise me that you're in the position that you're in now, given the
Absolutely.
given the foundation that was laid.
Absolutely. We're a very tight family. We don't really let too many people in our circle. And, if you're in our circle, we trust you a whole lot. So, just being able to have them around me, growing up, them always constantly talking to me, giving me advice. I always believe that's always helped me in the long run.
For sure, for sure. So we know that, basketball is huge within the Johnson family. Did
Absolutely.
you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, so growing up, I played football and baseball as well. I stopped playing baseball before eighth grade. I gave that up, and then I gave up football at the same around the same time, same year. Uh, I think at that point in my life, I just figured out that I wanted to pursue my career in basketball. I felt like that was the best opportunity for me to showcase my skills the best. So, I really started locking in on basketball around eighth grade, and I turned it up a notch. I started working out a whole lot more. Just really starting to lock in on hoops. But I do regret giving up some of the other sports a little early. Uh, I still would have given them up, but just not as early. I feel like baseball, I wanted to play that throughout high school. I had fun playing baseball, but again, it came down to a decision. It wasn't an easy decision at all. I definitely talked to my parents about it, but they knew what I wanted to do. So it was just I just had to put a stamp on it. Really.
So I don't know how many. A lot of people probably don't know this, but you write with your left hand.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I write and I
yeah.
eat with my left hand.
So in baseball, did you bat left or bat right?
No, yeah, I actually did. I tried batting both hands. I try to switch it up now and then just to confuse everybody on the field because at that when growing up, like nobody saw people switch hitting.
Yep.
So yeah, I definitely tried that out growing up, and I thought it was fun. I definitely got a couple hits off it. I thought I was the same player with both hands. So I feel like that's definitely a better advantage for me. Just in sports in general.
Yeah. So how does that translate, like the ambidextriousness? Like how does that translate to the basketball court?
Just being able to dribble both hands. I feel like I'm actually better at dribbling with my left hand than my right hand. I just feel like that's just it just feels more natural for me. So again, just a lot of stuff within basketball as well, like passing, layups, just stuff like that in general. I feel like just being able to use my left hand, essentially better than my right hand at moments. I feel like that's very vital, in basketball.
No, facts for sure. And we definitely use that left hand a lot. Whether that
100%.
was layups, pass, whatever.
Absolutely. It's essential.
Yep, yep. So you're in Sun Prairie all the way till after your freshman year of high school, and then the family decided to move to Glendale to attend. For you and Jalen to attend Nicolet.
Mhm.
Talk about kind of how what you were feeling during there. Obviously you had lifelong friends. That you had established some bonds with. Like, what was going through your head once you guys ultimately made that decision?
No, that was one of the biggest decisions, of the whole family's life. But I feel like the hardest part for me was just uh moving away from my lifelong friends. I felt like that part it's kind of screwing me at first, but I got better at it. Just being with my family a whole lot more and this and that. But just getting a new change of lifestyle essentially, and just leaving everything that you worked for behind, and then basically starting over. Um, that kind of messed with me for a little bit, but again, I had my family to back me up, so I was good at that. But yeah, when that decision process was all happening, we all knew I was the main one that was, pushing for it because I wanted to change. And, I just felt like we were at where we were at before. I just felt like we weren't put in the best position to, be the best versions of ourselves. So, I talked to my parents just kind of throughout my whole entire freshman year, just discussing with them like, do I want to be like, is this really what I want? Like, do I want my whole high school career essentially being this way when I can have better opportunities at any other school? So it wasn't an easy process, but we all knew it was the right process. So when we finally made the decision, put it out there, it was just like it was a whole lot of stresses off the shoulders. It was finally I felt good to be able to just put that part of my life kind of behind me. Look look forward to the new future ahead of me. So you know and then having Jalen with me, who
Yep.
he was thinking about going prep, but then he essentially came back. That was just huge for me as well because that was my first time playing with them in like 5 years on the same team because, I went back to my grade after playing up. So that was awesome. And then, we made the change and everybody, kind of flipped on us. So that process also showed us a lot of true colors and who really
For
messed with us,
sure.
who was really tight with us. So that whole process, it was a whole lot of ups and downs, but you know it was a fun process, and I feel like it definitely was a very, very, very correct move to make.
I would agree. I would agree. So, but okay. So after your freshman year, you were 6'1",
Yeah.
roughly, about 6'1", maybe 6'2", when we when you came to Nicolet. But you earned a spot, earned a starting spot. Ultimately, that season, your sophomore year, we ended up going 27-1 and winning the first ever state championship, in Nicolet's history.
Hmm.
So let's kind of break that season down and like coming into it, like what was your thought process like? Were you like I know I'm gonna be starting, or I don't know I'm gonna be starting? Like, what kind of vibes were you getting from me and Al and like from the rest of the team?
No, definitely. I knew whatever was gonna happen, I was gonna be straight, like no matter what. Um, but it's just it was just kind of hard, just to find my role at first. But coming in, doing those summer workouts, doing the open runs, I knew where I was gonna be within the team. I knew where my place was. So uh I wouldn't say I wasn't like nervous or anything or anxious, but I was just like I was ready to get the season going because I always like I had no doubt throughout the entire season that we were gonna lose. Like I had no doubt that we were gonna run through everybody and win the state championship. I had no doubt like throughout the entire preseason, going into the first game, and then essentially throughout the whole season. But yeah, that season was fun. Just playing with Jalen, Jamari, playing with Sonny, David, Rose and Garden,
Right.
Darius, Jared, James, all of them.
Yep.
Playing with all of them, it was very fun. We all loved each other. We played well with each other. We just have fun with each other. I feel like that's a very key process in team success is off the court and how we were off the court and how our relationships were. So, and our relationships were great. So I felt like that played a huge role in us being uh, one of the best teams in Wisconsin history, in my
Oh,
opinion.
for sure. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yeah, just coming into this season with all the essentially backlash and all the pressure that we had put on us, just because of what we did. Um, that was just fun, just to prove a lot of people wrong. Just to go out there every game, every team wanting to beat us, and then just smacking them. There's just nothing better to this. Just rub it all in their face at the end of the season. When we're holding that gold ball in the air. So it was a huge accomplishment for me. That's one of my favorite accomplishments of all time. Just winning that state championship, being able to bring Nicolet to their first ever state championship, and just being able to be a part of it. I felt like just being a part of that process. Going through everything we went through. There's a lot of ups and downs. I know a lot of people think it was just smooth sailing that whole season, but we definitely had a lot of ups and downs. We had a lot of arguments, a lot of fights, but that I felt like that just brought us closer. And then so yeah, I wouldn't change that season. That was a whole lot of fun. I would not change that for anything in the world.
Yeah, no, it was special, man. It was special, and some of the common themes, between Al, some of our philosophies are, communication, accountability, and respect. And like you guys had all of that, and I mean, yeah, like you said, it's gonna be some fights, some trash talking here and there. I mean, you the king of trash talk, I don't know. You might be you might be top two, not two, in trash talking for people
So,
that I've been around. But
so
that's what it is, though. When you have so many different personalities with so much talent, it's bound to happen. So,
yeah,
but I think the thing that separated that team from other teams that I've coached was obviously the amount of talent. It was an immense amount of talent. I mean, it just shows from high Division 1 players to all the way to Division 3 to all the way to NBA
yeah,
players. But the level of accountability that you guys had towards one another. Whether we put you with four other guys, who may not be in the rotation, like, or if you were on the starting lineup, like, it was always like, come on, let's go. Like, if you wearing blue, you and I'm wearing blue, let's rock. You wearing white
absolutely.
and I'm wearing blue, I'm at you. And I think that's something that like you don't see that too often nowadays. Like even all the way up, through the NBA like that. It's real buddy buddy, so to speak. But I think that was something that was truly special for me to see, day in and day out. Like I enjoy going to practice. I couldn't wait till, either 3:30 or 5:30, hit. And we was ready to get on the court because I knew
Absolutely.
what to expect. So I'm gonna just read some of your stats, from or accolades from high school. All right.
Do it.
You were named Division 2 All State as a junior and a senior. You set the single season scoring record at Nicolet and finished second on the all-time scoring list. Your senior year, you averaged 26, 10, 4, and 2. So, and the asterisk is that you only were there for 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
So, I mean, like, for you, that's what I'm saying, like, you're a Nicolet legend, and I'm gonna bring Jalen up just as one, maybe one other time in the conversation, but right now I'm gonna bring him up, and you probably remember this conversation that we had. I think it was your junior. No, it might have been going to your senior year. But anyway, we had a conversation. I said, "What's no?" It was earlier. It was going into your junior year. I said, "What's your expectation? We won state last year. What's one of your goals for yourself?" And you said, "I no longer want to be known as Jalen's little brother. I want to be known as Kobe Johnson." Like that. When you said that, I'm just like, dude, like this dude is different, man. This dude is different. So, like, how much motivation did did like being Jalen's younger brother have for you to, like, once he left, for you to just like thrive and make a name for yourself?
Nah, it was a huge jump for me. Just in my whole basketball career, I just felt like I needed to make that jump. Getting out of that shadow of his. I had no problem with people knowing me as his little brother. When I was younger, I had no problem growing up. Being known as that. But I kind of just used that as motivation. I just used that growing up. Just kept using it. Like, make your name for yourself. Like, make people know who you are. So just going into like workouts or just like games growing up, I definitely just try to go out there and just do what I do and just try to, prove to a lot of people, that I'm more than just his little brother. I can hoop too.
Yo,
Both can. So and he was a lot of people don't know, but like he was a huge like helping me like kind of just getting out of it. He's always helped me, just always told me, he knew how great I can be. So, he always just kept reminding me, like you can be great, like go do your thing, like put these people like on notice about who you are. So I think, after that sophomore year, he left and, I had that team, all to myself. So I knew in my head, this is my time to shine. And I felt like I took advantage of that. And I went out there and just tried to show people I'm more than, just a passer and just a catch and shoot guy. I can do it all. So definitely going into my junior year, establishing, that I'm that type of player. Definitely gave me a whole new level of confidence going into my senior year. And I just felt like it just kept going up after that. So I felt like once I got that confidence, it never came down. So yeah, it's still rolling with me in college. And I continue to roll with me throughout the rest of my career.
man, I love it. I love it. I love it. So with a stat line like 26, 10, 4, and 2, um, I mean, the recruiting trail, the recruiting obviously picked up. So, at the end of your, or during your senior year, you decide to commit to USC. Uh, what ultimately led, to that decision? Because I know you had other schools that you were, highly, considering.
Yeah. So my recruiting process was a whole lot different than a lot of people that I knew, a lot of people that I played with growing up. My recruiting process didn't really start to not really till my junior year, like where teams really got serious with me. I got my first offer when I was a sophomore, but I felt like that was one of them just fake offers, and I didn't really take it too serious. But um, no, definitely my junior year it kind of kicked up. I think during COVID, I feel like coaches were able to watch my film a whole lot more and really see what type of player I was. I felt like that really helped me out a lot, because that's really all the only way that coaches could see me at that time was through huddle and just online, whatever they could find online. So you know when I was going through that process and trying to figure out what I want in a school, where I want to where I think I could best fit in at. I took in a lot of options. I took in location. I took in trust with the coaches. I took in, their team and who they have, and it kind of just came down to the trust I had with USC. The relationship I built with them, just throughout the whole recruiting process. It wasn't like any other teams. They're the team that was constantly texting me, calling me, checking in on me, FaceTiming me, doing whatever they could to, just maintain that relationship with me. Even though I couldn't visit or really see them at all, they kind of were able to keep that trust with me. Really made me feel like I would really fit in there and, you know, be the best player that I can be. So that's essentially why I chose USC.
And you mentioned like you're recruiting like the I would say the most valuable part of your recruiting process. You were it was during COVID, and like once I look like I'm looking back on it, and it wasn't that long ago, but
Right.
that was a crazy ass time though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's like you got to think about like we're playing, we're socially distanced on the bench, like
Playing with
y'all
mask on.
playing with mask on, like, and the thing is, it's like you're still being killer. Like
Yeah.
you're still I'm on the bench taking in game stats and you know you're triple double, like still just doing your thing and I'm like just watching it and I'm just mind blown just really at the level of dedication, of all the players. I think at one point we had like 6 players, what the game before Christmas, like we had like 5 or 6 players, just people out because of COVID. But for you to still play at such a high level, given everything that was against us, I think that just speaks volumes to the type of player and just the competitor that you are. So you say you choose, obviously you choose USC. Um, as you can see, I'm repping. Shout out to the fam for the quarter zip.
I'm
Uh,
looking now.
so you choose USC. So and you mentioned location, right?
Yep.
So aside from basketball, like man, let's talk about how it is, living out in La La Land.
Mm. It's different. It's completely different than what I grew up in. It's a lot more high paced. Just the stuff out here is a lot more up speed than what I grew up in. I kind of grew up in a slow moving area. Just I'm not in the city. I didn't really grow up in the city. I kind of grew up outside of it. So just being planted right dead in center of LA, I see it all. I experienced a lot of stuff. I felt like that's helped me definitely just see the world differently. I kind of wanted to just get out, in a whole new location just so I can get a different lifestyle. My parents wanted me to, go explore as well. So it wasn't really that hard to make the decision or make the jump to come all the way out here because they wanted me out here. Like they're not going to pass up on Los Angeles at all.
Right,
So
right.
just being out here and just being able to just put my head down and work and just do what I need to do, stay away from the distractions because out here LA you can have a lot of distractions. So I just been trying I've been trying my best to just stay away from them and just do what I need to do and hopefully get out of here real soon.
Yeah, no, it's been showing, and and that's a almost a perfect segue into my next question, which is like I wanted to talk about the leap that you had from your freshman year to your sophomore year. And you say just staying out the way, keeping your head down, staying on the grind. Um, so your freshman year, you averaged 1.2 points a game, but then your sophomore year last year, you averaged 9 and 5. You were named to the All Pac-12 defensive team, and you were top 20 nationally in total steals. So, like, what what happened that off season, or what did you do that off season to where like you took such a monumental leap just on like offensively and defensively?
Again, I think it comes back to the confidence part. It's not like I wouldn't say I didn't have any confidence in my freshman year. I felt like I unlocked a new level of my confidence. Freshman year coming in, not really knowing like what my role is or essentially how many minutes I'm gonna get per game, which I didn't really care about because I knew the situation, I knew what was gonna happen. So just being able to kind of maximize every opportunity that I had in my freshman year, and kind of building off that going into my sophomore year, it was vital for me. You know, I made a lot of mistakes my freshman year uh, that definitely learned from and definitely don't try to do now. That I try to help with my freshmen now. I just try to help them as much as possible so they don't make those mistakes. But after my freshman year and seeing the kind of the team change a little bit, you know, different transfers, people coming in, people leaving. Um, Coaches wanted me to kind of step it up just a tad bit because they knew I was going to have a bigger role in the coming years. So again, just the summer I just worked. Um, I just put my head down, just kept on working. You know, I just did what I needed to do. Just try to be on the floor as much as possible and try to make that sophomore leap because you know, I wanted to be on that floor. I didn't want to be the eighth, ninth man coming off the bench anymore. I wanted to be a huge part of the team's success, and you know, I wanted to be a reason why we're winning and a reason why you know we're just being a lot of good teams. So definitely coming into my sophomore year, I knew what I needed to do. I had a lot of conversations with the coaches about what I needed to do, but I kind of had conversations with people outside of the team and like my family, and just they knew what I needed to do. They knew I needed to make a little jump. They knew that I needed to step it up a little bit and kind of solidify who I am and kind of again, kind of put my name out on the map so people, you know who I am. And I think halfway through the season is when my offensive confidence came up, kind of came up or grew. It's because I started seeing shots knocked down. I started seeing the ball go through the hoop. And as soon as a different level of confidence, as soon as you start seeing that happen. So as soon as I started seeing that happen, I felt like I got a lot more confident with the shots that I took, and the coaches and my teammates, they were confident as well with what I was shooting. So, you know, again, I just took advantage of every opportunity I was given, and I look forward to you know making another huge jump this season and kind of putting that stamp on what kind of player I am.
And part of that jump that you made, you earned yourself a captain spot
Mhm.
or captain's, kind of a designation. And as a sophomore, at a high Division 1, like for me personally, like that was one of the most proudest moments that I've had, like from a former or of a former player, that I've coached. Like for me, and obviously, we rock, we cool. Like for me to see or hear that, like that was just like, and especially, and I ain't gonna lie, given the season that you had your freshman year, that's where I'm like, okay, like something like he didn't flip the switch or figured it out somehow. So and now you've been named a captain, for the second straight year. So talk about the responsibility that comes with having that C on your jersey.
No, I carry that responsibility a whole lot. It means a whole lot to me. Uh, I didn't think I was gonna be given the captain for my sophomore year, but when I found out that you know my teammates and the coaches wanted me to be one of the primary captains, you know, like there's no better feeling than you want from your own team. Like
Yep.
they want you to lead them. So you know, just trying to, you know, I wouldn't say I was the best leader, but you know, I definitely trying to, you know, learn throughout the course of the year and just try to be, you know, be the best leader I could be. You know, however that is, you know, vocally or just leading by example. You know, I was just trying my best, you know, lead everybody to just be the best team we could be. But um, yeah, they gave me that, and I just try to carry it with pride, you know, throughout the entire season. Being the captain kind of makes you kind of one of the faces of USC basketball. So going around campus, a whole lot. A lot of people are gonna recognize you now. So you got a whole lot of adults and boosters and staff coming up to you. And, you just gotta be friendly with them. Gotta have a good relationship with them because you never know where that may take you. So, and then being the new captain for a second straight year, this is a blessing. There's nothing more I can say about it. Um, I'm just trying my best to lead this team in this year, trying to maximize everybody's potential because I know how good this team can be, and I hopefully come November 6th, we show the whole world how good we are. And unfortunately, situations happen. The team mishap, team changes so far, but hopefully we can get everybody back soon, and we can get it rolling because I feel like this team can be very dangerous. And I'm trying to make that huge leap in March. I made the tournament the past 2 years. Both years of my college career, but I've been booted out the first round each years, and that's kind of been sitting with me just kind of throughout this off season and going into this season. Um, I want to do better than that. The year before I got here, they made the Elite Eight, and um, I want to do that, but again, that's just not good enough for me. I want to do more than that. I want to be able to, bring the first ever national championship to USC. I want to bring the first Pac-12 championship to USC, and I think being able to be a captain and just being one of the key pieces on this team, that can be very successful and be one of the best teams in this program's history. Um, I'm ready to take on that challenge. I think I made that step just kind of in my life, where I've kind of grown up. I know it needs to be done. I know what the coaches need. I know what they're looking for. I know what the team dynamic needs to be. I know how things need to run. I know how things can get out of control, how they can start spiraling. So, I'm just trying to use everything that I've learned my past 2 years here, and then just try to use it as much as possible coming in this year. And hopefully we make that huge run in March.
Uh, you know, I'm rooting. I'm rooting for you. And I'm a get to present. But one other question in regards to that leap year that we'll refer to it as. So there was a number change. So what went into you going from number 2 to 0? Like, what was the significance behind you choosing 0?
Yeah, kind of just I changed my number to 0 officially coming in when I actually transferred to Nicolet. That's when I changed my number to 0, and I felt like just kind of with that success that I had with that number, I felt like I wanted to continue to wear it. I'm very superstitious. I feel like, I kind of was established as a player in that number, and I kind of just want to keep establishing myself in that number and kind of just solidify that as my number. So coming into my freshman year, I asked for it. Unfortunately, they didn't have it for me at the time. So I was stuck with number 2, and then who the person who had number 0 the previous year changed numbers, and I was the first one to jump on that.
There we go.
I had to get back to it. I felt like that now I can finally start hooping the same. Get back to you know how I get down in that 0.
Absolutely, absolutely. Man, I love it. I love it. So
Yeah.
this past off season, you guys went on a European tour. I think you guys played like 3 games out there. So just let's talk about that experience, kind of on and off the court, because I was following, from social media, and it looked like a ball. Like it looked like like a great time, from the hoop all the way to y'all cliff diving and all that type of stuff. So just kind of talk us about that experience.
No, definitely. Just aside from basketball, that trip just itself was, it was kind of life changing for me because that was my first time ever really traveling outside the states and kind of seeing different cultures around the world. And just being able to do that was exciting. It was fun. There wasn't a dull day that I had. There wasn't a non-exciting moment that I was a part of. So, and there's a lot of stuff that we did as a team, and a lot of activities, just exploring the cities that we're in. We went to Athens, Mykonos, and Dubrovnik, Croatia, and each city was unique in its own way. and kind of just seeing again just the different lifestyles out there. It's nothing like what you see out here or just see in the States. And so I think that was really unique, just being with the team. I think that trip was very, very good for us. Uh, Bonding, just connecting with each other, just building that relationship. Because again, I think that's huge going into the season. So, but and then the basketball part, I think it was just good, just to kind of see uh, what the team was, where we were at, kind of what everybody's role was, and it was just fun to get back out on the court. We spent all off season just playing against each other in the same gym every day. Kind of get bored of that after a while. So just being able to travel across half the world and playing against these professional European teams, it was definitely fun. It was competitive. We came out there and we played it like it was a real game. And it was just fun experiencing all that, just kind of seeing where we were as a team, and just kind of building off it, but at the same time, just trying to have fun, because again, it's a once in a lifetime experience that not a lot of people can essentially say they can do. So just being able to just kind of experience everything outside of what you're used to was very unique for me.
That's good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Man, so with you being out in LA, right? And like you said, you got that C on your jersey, so you're a lot more visible, you got a lot more notoriety, you're very marketable, you're personable. So what role has NIL played in your college experience?
Mhm. Um, I say it's kind of starting to pick up now, but my NIL experience hasn't really been big. Um, I would say from an NIL standpoint, I don't think my name is quite out there where uh businesses want to start working with me or start paying me to do stuff. I had some deals. I did a lot of stuff kind of, but I want to do more. I think I can do more. I think this year is definitely a great opportunity for me to kind of build my brand outside of basketball. But again, at the same time, using basketball as a huge component for that. But just going into the season, I try not to focus too much on NIL, because I know again, I can make a lot of money off that. Outside of basketball, I know it's going to help me uh, down in the future. But again, I just want to focus on my basketball and try to you know just make sure I got my priorities straight first, and don't try to get sidetracked because of the money that could be tossed at me or the opportunities that could be given. Again, I'm not saying I'm not looking to do anything or try anything new, but at the same time, I'm just being careful about this the stuff I do, and then again, first things first, I got to handle business on that floor. So, once I get that done, I feel like it'll just start coming to me, and I feel like all that was just the stuff will be handed to me, or not handed to me, but I'll be given opportunities to do more stuff, and I'll just let my play handle all that.
I got you. Hey, got to keep the main thing, right?
Sure, always, always.
How dope is it to be one of the 6 Nike Kobe brand schools?
No, that's awesome. When I heard, or when I actually found out, that we were a part of it, I was just scrolling on Instagram. I got on Instagram after practice one day, and I saw that we were one of the schools that were sponsored by it. But you know, I kind of expected it. Kobe and Gigi, they're a huge USC fan. They supported USC. During like 2019, 2018, they're at a lot of games. So just being able to kind of continue his legacy in a way, and just honor them. It's awesome. Kobe was my favorite player growing up. Just being able to hoop for him. Just be inspired by him every single day. It's a blessing. Being able to watch him. growing up. Not kids these days can't say they can. They're just watching highlights and all that. I was able to actually watch him play. In real life or real life games. So, um, no, it's definitely awesome to be sponsored by it, and looking forward to wearing his shoes again, and yeah, just kind of honoring him kind of throughout the season.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, if an extra size 10, kind of
You
comes
got
by
it.
the way.
This coming your way. You got it. You got it.
My man, my man.
Um,
That's my 10-second begging segment of the show. That's it.
it is,
I'm done. I'm done now. I'm done. Don't you got a Kobe tat, don't you?
yeah, I got it on my. Can't really see it, but yeah, it's kind of on my forearm right here. Let's see if I can pull it out.
Oh
Yeah, yeah, I got that last August. I wanted to get something just to kind of honor him. I was named after Kobe, so
yeah.
you know, kind of wanted to honor him in a way. So I thought I'd get a little tattoo, not a little tattoo, but
Yeah, big
tattoo.
big tattoo. No, that's fire. That's fire. That's dope. That's dope. All right. So the AP preseason poll recently dropped, right? I think they got y'all at 21st. So
21.
or 20, yeah, 21. So given the returners, incoming freshmen and transfers, what are your expectations for the season?
Um, I expect this first things first. I want to win the Pac-12 championship. Um, I think with what we got, I think with returning Boogie, I think returning me and Boogie, and Josh, bringing back sophomores like Oziah and Kajani, that have the experience, as well as Harry, just being around the program for 3 years. I think just having us as the experienced guys, we've been through. I think all of us have been through 2 NCAA tournaments together, so we definitely know what it takes to get to March, and I think we learned from these past 2 years what it takes to win in March. Um, I think just having us as the leader, not essentially the leaders, just having the experience over our heads, I think we can help the young guys coming in because Isaiah Collier, he's a hell of a player. He's definitely a once in a lifetime player. Just his speed and how he gets downhill,
Yeah.
you would definitely not think that he is a freshman. Especially with Arrington Page coming in and Brandon Gardner and Bronny. I think we could really be an elite team. We have a lot of length coming in. I think with the addition of adding DJ Rodman, I think that was huge for us.
Yep.
He brings a whole new level of toughness and tenacity that we kind of need, that we needed in March last year. That I think that we'll really benefit off having him this year. And I think if you mesh us all together, I think we really got the pieces to make that leap, make that jump. I think this past off season we were all in the gym working on our games to make that jump to be that elite team that we know that we can be. Um, we know we're gonna have all the eyes on us this year watching us. But again, I try to remind everybody that we can't let that get to us because um, it's gonna be a long season. There's gonna be a
Yep.
lot of ups and downs. There's gonna be a lot of people from the outside trying to chip in, trying to get in each other's ears about, you should be doing this, you need to be doing that. Um, but essentially, it's just gonna all rely on what we do, how we interact with each other, how we get to get business done on the court. And I think if we could just stay together throughout the course of the year, um, you know, again, ups and downs are gonna happen, but if we're able to work through those, just communicate like real men, um, I think there's no doubt that we um, should be competing for a national championship this year. And I think it just starts with um, making a statement in the Pac-12 this year. Um, I think I think that with it being the last year of ever being in conference, I think it would be really cool to put that stamp on USC, and be the last team to ever win the Pac-12 championship. bring the first ever Pac-12 championship to USC, and I think just putting that stamp on the season with with this team and the backlash that we got surrounding us. I just think we're just gonna shut a lot of people up, and hopefully we can just make some noise when it comes tournament time.
Yeah, y'all definitely gonna make a lot of noise. Y'all gonna, I mean, they got y'all 20, 21, but we both know, the real. Once, like you said, once November 6th comes, you'll be able to really show, the nation, the world, what USC basketball is all about. So,
Absolutely.
so one last question, and then we'll get to 5 rapid fire questions.
Let's do it.
So, how much or how inspiring is it to have an older brother that went first round, number 20 in the NBA draft just 2 years ago? Like, how much more, like, how motivating is that for you to, see that process, what Jalen went through, the agents, the scouts, the sponsorships, the contracts, the workouts, all that goes into that. Like, how much of an advantage and how motivating is that for you to want to get to the league?
It's definitely been motivational. He's definitely helped me out. Definitely just not with college, but throughout my entire basketball career. I think growing up, just kind of watching him go through the recruiting process, kind of seeing what schools can offer, and how you can really see what teams are about. I think that really helped me in my choosing of a school when it was my turn to choose. So, but just being able to be with him throughout his whole pre-draft process, I felt like that was a huge advantage for me. I saw the work that was need or put in to be at the next level. I was there every day with him working out. I was there at every lift with him, just kind of seeing what was needed to be done to be at the next level. And I felt like when he was drafted, I felt like that was a little bit of an accomplishment for me. Because again, I've supported him throughout his entire career. I wanted nothing but the best for him. So being able to finally see him achieve that goal of finally making the NBA, and this was a lifelong dream of ours growing up. Like there's nothing else we wanted to be but NBA players or to be in the NBA. We grew up watching the NBA 24/7. Like that's all you wanted to be in, and to finally hear his name called on that day, it was surreal for the whole family. Um, it was definitely an exciting moment for him. It was an exciting moment for me. I was excited for him to, make that next jump. I was excited for him to finally show people, because he had a whole lot of doubters,
Yep.
his high school and his college journey. So, I was just hoping and praying that he was able to be given the opportunity to, shut everybody up, and I think he's doing that very well right now with what he's doing. And just can't help but, take that as motivation, seeing what he's doing right now. And like, why can't that be me?
Yep.
I think just watching him and taking advice from him, seeing what he's going through, learning what he's going through, kind of just taking it all in and using it on my own journey, I think it's giving me a huge advantage over a lot of people. Because a lot of people, they don't understand what they're in for. They don't understand what's to come. They don't understand the obstacles that they're going to have to face. And I think that what I seen and what I kind of been around, I know what's gonna happen. I kind of know what's gonna happen. Like I'm prepared for it. I'm ready for the failures, but I'm ready to work just twice as hard to get back up. And I think that put me over a lot of people, because a lot of people aren't used to it. A lot of people aren't used to failing. A lot of people give up at the first sign of failure. So I think just being able to just have a cool composure, throughout my entire life, just being able to just kind of, go with the flow, and just being able to just kind of still put myself out there, but just trying to stay low key as possible. And I think that's definitely been huge for me, kind of keeping me sane and um, helping me kind of just become the player I am now.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it, man. And the competitor in you, I think you might remember this conversation. So at the clutch draft party, it was all celebrating, having fun or whatever. And and I look at you and I say, "All right, kill it. Now you know what you got to do." And you read my mind. You were like, "I got to go 19 or higher." And
Yeah.
like and that just goes and like that like you already knew where I was going with it. And like you just said it, like, yeah, I gotta go 19 or higher because your brother went 20. Like, so like like I don't call you killer just because of what you just because of what you do on the court. Like that's just how you operate. Like it's when you're a dog and you are a killer and a fierce competitor, that's all you know. You can't turn it on and off. Like it's gonna be like that in the classroom, on the court, in the weight room, on the track, wherever, wherever it is. So, that conversation and for you to finish, or answer that question, that I have for you, I think that just speaks volumes as to like the goal and the target that you have set and that you're in the steps that you're taking to make sure that you attain it. So and I know you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there, man, for sure.
Uh, that's the hope. Trying to put in the work every day to make the dream become a reality.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Killer. So we got 5 rapid fire questions. All right.
Do
First
it.
thing to come to your mind, rattle it off. All right.
Yep. Let's do it.
So the first one is a fill in the blank. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yep.
when I'm not hooping, I'm probably doing.
Hanging with my girlfriend.
That's fair. Last song you played on your phone.
Wait for You by Drake. Future and Drake.
You did. You always like that little mellow stuff.
Always. I never changed with that.
I love it. I love it. All right, dream vacation spot.
Mm, it was London, but now, I'm kind of bougie now, so I say like Turks and Caicos.
It's funny you say that. That's my last played song on on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rod Wave, Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
uh,
Or Japan. I'll probably say Japan too. Japan
okay,
too.
Japan. All right, all right. So yeah, we'll go 1A, 1B. Got
Yeah.
you. All right. Now the lady can't get mad at this one. All right, because it's childhood celebrity crush.
Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, off top. All right. All
Yeah.
right, then this might take a little bit more thinking. All right, so top 5, or I won't say top 5. Your favorite 5 USC Trojans of all time.
Oh yeah. This is in no order
No
because
order, no, it's just who you like just favorite 5.
uh I say DeMar DeRozan,
Yep.
um Sam Clancy. I said I say he's one of my top 5. Um Controversial, but OJ Mayo. He was a hooper
He was a
back.
ball, he was a bucket.
Um I say more recent, DeAnthony Melton. Um what is that for?
Yep.
And then I say the White Mamba, Brian Scalabrine. I say that's my top 5.
Solid, solid 5, solid 5, solid 5. Well, there y'all have it, man. This has been another episode of Leaf with the Legends with my boy, my little bro, my dog. Y'all know him as Kobe Johnson. I know him as Killer. Man, I appreciate you pulling up to the podcast, man.
Thank you. This was a huge blessing. Thank you for allowing me to do this. Thank you.
Man, you already know. You already know. Best of luck this season. Man, we got the 6'6" starting wing for the USC Trojans. My boy Kobe Johnson. It's been another episode of Leaf with the Legends. Remember, be legendary or be lost.